Hello folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2021. Today it is part 6 of Season 11 and in today's episode we have a top of the table clash against AZ Alkmaar, but they have started to fall away a bit, so a big opportunity to get 3 points to take advantage. And then we have the away leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League at the Emirates Stadium against Arsenal. My God, that was a mouthful, but I hope you guys are all good. I certainly am, and in a competition where we were 500 to 1 to win, getting to the last 8, it's fair to say, would be a decent feat. But there's only been one game since you guys had last moved me. That was a game against our feeder club, NEC, and we beat them 4-0. Fairly easy. Now, the plan for this episode was to have a 3-match episode, but that didn't quite materialise because the game against Ajax got moved to the 6th of April because of their Europa League commitment. They're in the Europa League, and AZ Alkmaar aren't even in anything, and a Feyenoord in anything? Europa League. I mean, who cares about the Europa League? But I think we've got a good chance of beating Arsenal. I know they've got 2 away goals, so if they go and beat us 3-0 at home at their place, then they're through to the next round. But we've got a good stronghold, we've got a 3-goal advantage, and as long as we score against them, then they need, I guess they need 4, don't they? If we score, and then they go through. So yeah, I think we've got a good chance, but you never know. Game against AZ, though, it is a big game. AZ, as you can see, have dropped off slightly. They've gone slightly below us. I think it's for the first time this season that we've gone top of the table since the very start of the season, match number 2. So, hopefully we can stay there now. Ajax, again, have only been at the top for one time. It's been AZ Alkmaar that have led for a long time, and as you can see, the last few games, a defeat against Fortuna Sittard and a loss against FC20 have rocked AZ Alkmaar massively. So hopefully we can make that top spot our own. It's a big game against AZ Alkmaar today. So, I don't think I've actually picked the team yet. But I can't really see why it'd be much different to the team that played the last match. I'll just scan through. I know we had to make a few changes in the last match because of fitness, but just scanning through, I don't think there's much problem with this. Who usually plays at the back? It's Aranzo. Fitness test? No, he's not fit yet. So, the team for today's match, really, it's only one change on the usual, and that's that Roger Lowers plays instead of Ruben Aranzo. But apart from that, everybody starts as planned. Let's get into that match then against AZ Alkmaar. And firstly, I'd just like to apologise. Obviously, we're meant to do 4 episodes a week on this series, and unfortunately, didn't quite happen yesterday. I was down to the wire with recording and wanted to record it on Saturday morning. And a few things happened. It was Grand National Day. I mean, look at that. Look at that form for AZ Alkmaar. 5 losses in a row. God almighty, that is a bad run of form. I mean, we're not in the best run of form, sure, but it's a lot better than 5 losses in a row. But it was Grand National Day yesterday, so I was sorting everybody's bets out with obviously not being able to go at the bookies. And a few other things cropped up with different admin bits and pieces, so I was back home by 1, 2 o'clock. I thought I don't want to rush a video because with my terrible upload speed, it won't be out for 6 anyway. I thought I'll wait till tomorrow morning and get the episode recorded. So apologies about that. These things do happen in life. It's just that we've been quite lucky the last few months that obviously we've been in lockdown. So not a lot has been going on. But a few more things starting to crop up now. And obviously the sport back on more so. So I don't think I can apologise for that too much. But yeah. Hopefully I'm back to work tomorrow, so we'll get back into the swing of the routine. But not much going on in this match so far. We're nearly half an hour in. We've had the most of the ball, we've had the most shots. We've definitely been the most competitive in this match. It's fair to say, though, after beating AZ Alkmaar, FC20, if we only get a draw today, FC20 are pushing their way potentially into the title battle. Only 5 points behind, sorry. Let's pump fists and say keep going out there. I'm going to be a bit risky here. I'm going to go a little bit more attacking. AZ haven't been playing well, so it seems that we should try and infiltrate their lines of defence, push up a little bit more. Would be a big 3 points this, would it? It'd take us, what, 3 points clear? 4 points clear? Be 4 points, wouldn't it? 4 points clear with a game in hand, obviously. With a game in hand. If they go and win, then the story doesn't look so good. But we've got our first highlight, finally, 61 minutes in here, and it's a long hop from Pinto at the field, which doesn't help, and surely AZ aren't going to make it 1-0. This feels like we're going to get FM'd here. Kulik's into the box. Lowers gets it out. Aslan. What can Aslan do with the ball? Aslan runs through. He's offside, number 10. At the moment, he puts a really poor crossing, but obviously, number 10, Pinto, knew that he was offside. Now, one of our former players I've just seen coming on there for AZ is Alex Allen from Everton, if you remember him. Goodness me. Time for a few subs. I think Brukris on for Paflius. Who else isn't playing well? Kaká's a bit apprehensive, but I think, no, we'll put Lewis Bates on for him. He did really well in one of the games recently. I think he got 4 assists in that 4-0. We'll just leave it there for the moment. We'll push up a little bit more, try and pass into space. The one thing we don't want to do, of course, is lose this match. But given AZ's recent form and given the stats, this is one of those matches, like a few this year, really, that we should be winning. And Ajax can go back above us if they win their match. So time for the third substitution. It's going to be Nanajim on for Omar Aslan. I mean, purely because Aslan's a little bit tired. I'm going to berate the team, see what that does to it. Very attacking. I don't think it's going to happen here, but you never know. You never know with football. It's a funny one. But if there isn't a goal for us here, you might feel like, and I certainly feel, that AZ Alkmaar have got away with one. But in the last few minutes, the dying embers of the game, is there going to be a decider? Bukris. This could be crucial, by the way, if there's a goal here for us. It really could. Reese. Al Salman. Nothing going. Simon. Bukris. This is getting a bit shoddy, which is no surprise. We're pushing for a goal, so things become a little bit more rushed. Nanajim. Back to Reese. Al Salman. Not quite. Bates. Shoot. What a finish that is from Lewis Bates. Wow. He's really started to shine now, is Lewis Bates. Really is. I think he got 4 assists in the last match where it finished 4-0, but it just had that little bit of a feel about it, didn't it, when that highlight was going on, that somebody was going to score, and Lewis Bates, in one of the best scenarios possible, gets the goal, which hopefully, and I think we deserve that, is the winner. So not a game with much action, but it doesn't really matter whether it was 1-0 or 5-4. Excellent stuff from Lewis Bates. We deserved it. A little bit concerning that it took us, 91 minutes to get it. But that really pushes AZ back and puts FC20 into 3rd place now. Well, that's interesting. Who are Ajax playing tomorrow? Ajax are playing against Venlo, so you'd expect them to win. We're going to play one match off camera, of course, with the Fortuna Sittard game. And again, some teams have slipped to them. Of course, AZ lost to them the other week, so you never know. But saying that, we beat them at home 6-0, so I'm fairly confident. And then we've got, of course, the Big E against the Gooners. So we're back in England for probably the 3rd or 4th time since we left, and we are playing against Arsenal at the Emirates. If we don't lose by 3, then we're through to the next round, which I suppose is easier than it sounds. Easier than it looks. Don't know how that one goes. But the team's a little bit rotated for today, particularly at the back. We've got Diarby and Lowers in the team. Because Kazmi wants a rest, and I don't really want to risk him getting injured at this point of the season. And also, Ruben Aranzo isn't ready to start either. So the team is pretty much the same apart from that, other than Omar Aslan, our right winger, is suspended for this match. And I found it a bit peculiar. I know he's our captain, but he was in the press conference with me, and I knew he wasn't going to start today. So a strange one. They've persisted with Aaron Ramsdale, who had an absolute mare at the Philips Stadion, but I'm pretty confident here that we should be onto something. I mean, I guess what Arsenal are going to do, I would presume, is just go all out attack, which makes sense. But then obviously, if they concede one, then they've got to go and score 4 from there. So we'll see. We'll see how Arsenal get on. Obviously, we did very well to score 5 at home. It was a really good performance. It's put us in a comfortable position coming to the Emirates in a match that I think we hadn't really got much of a chance in, to be brutally honest. I thought going into this we'd really struggle to get through, which I was a bit hesitant about going through in the Champions League, really. I thought, well, you know, if we only get to the first knockout round, it's not really achieving anything, I suppose. But I tell you what, if we get through this, if we have a good draw, there's no way where we can't get to the semi-final. I'll show you all that in a second. But a good ball from Bucharest through to Ricardo Pinto, and it's a good save from Aaron Ramsdale. But certainly, starting this match how we ended the last one. I'm going to change the latest scores to the Champions League. Not really bothered about how Ajax are playing tonight, so I guess we have to keep an eye on that, but not as bothered as maybe I would be as the Champions League at the moment. Lewis, not quite. By the way, as you might have seen, we did beat Sittard, albeit it was only 1-0 against them. It was a tight one, but 3 points is 3 points, whether it was 6-0 like we beat them in the match earlier on in the season, or whether it was just 1-0. It took us 70-odd minutes to get the breakthrough, but they didn't really offer anything. So a good 3 points from us. AZ Alkmaar lost again, so they are really bottling this title race. So it looks like that Ajax are the only team that can really keep up with us. And because there's only 34 games in the league, we've only got 7 games to go. So I think if things work out well for us and Ajax have a mare, we could win the league against Ajax, which would be quite amazing. But it's fair to say that we didn't have a good start, but it seems to all be coming to us now. But of course, it's not all over. Yeah, Arsenal have dominated really the start of this match, and they've certainly not took any sort of advantage, and we as a team now are going to pounce on that. Ricardo Pinto gets a goal, and that really is all we needed, I think, here at the Emirates. They now need 4, which again isn't impossible, but of course I would back us probably if they're going to go that attacking to get 4 goals, that we'll get another one as well. And as soon as they got 2 away from home, then it would go at least to extra time if they scored 5 at that point. But yeah, I can't see it, so be a lot of things that would have to happen for that to happen. That would have to happen for that to happen. I know what I mean. But, you know, we've been pretty clinical that first time. Very happy with the way it's going. Even if we draw... Yeah, I'm not bothered about the result here today. As long as we come out winning on aggregate. Of course, it'd be nice to get a win to keep the run going. It's always nice, that is. But we have got a good squad here now. And I'm all aware that Holland probably isn't one of the biggest leagues in the world. That was a silly throw-in, and we got away with it, luckily, at least for now. But, you know, if we can compete on the European stage, and you might scoff against Arsenal, I know, but if we can compete on the European stage, then I'm fairly happy with that. Arsenal, yes, have got one back, and it was that original throw-in that I think caused all that. Ajax are 1-0 down against Utrecht, which is an absolute shocker for them. I'm going to make a few subs. We're bring Kakar off for Lewis Bate, who's in the form of his life. We're also going to bring Pavlius on for Bukris on the left wing. Again, Arsenal have got one back. I've glossed over that, I know, but 20 minutes to go. They now need 3. I can't see it. Although if they get 2 in the next 10 minutes, I might start panicking just slightly. Pinto. I'm dying here. Pavlius. Pavlius again. Pavlius gets tackled by Pat Meyer. It's a good foul, though. Good tackle from Pat Meyer. I should know. He's one of my former players. Free transfer to Liverpool he was, and Arsenal signed him for, I think, 50 million. They were robbed there. Roger Lewis doesn't really do much with it, but he clears his lines at least. Arsenal looking threatening here, but it's no surprise. They need 3 in the next 80 minutes, so of course they're going to be attacking. Good ball from Pavlius through to Pinto. Pinto shoots. That should be the end of the tie. We're 7-3 up on aggregate. They now need 4 in the next 18 minutes, and even with that, they'll only take it to extra time. And we're looking pretty good here. We are. So, you know, Arsenal can score 1, 2. I'm not really bothered here, but I can't see them scoring 4 in the next 13 and a half minutes as it is now. So we've done a really good job. We have done. I didn't think we'd get through against Arsenal. Sure, there could have been worse draws. I was fairly happy with the draw against Arsenal. But at the end of the day, I didn't expect to win all the same. The one thing I will tell you, which has surprised me, 2 of my former clubs went head-to-head. Wolves and Barcelona. And now, bear in mind, of course, we won the Champions League with Barcelona last year, right? Wolves beat them. Wolves knocked them out. Now, it was only 3 or 4 years ago that Wolves were in the Championship, so doing an absolutely fantastic job. As we are here, we've beaten Arsenal over 2 legs. We beat them in both matches, so you could say, sure, the first leg helped, but the second leg gave us the victory. Real Madrid knock Juventus out. Ajax did come back to win, unfortunately, but you can see we've got a 3-point gap in the league, so fairly comfortable at the moment. We're going to have to come back for that match against Ajax, but we've got the Champions League draw in a few days. I think that's the way to end the episode, so I'll see you guys in a second. So, Champions League draw time, and you can see, to be honest, there aren't the powerhouses left in the competition that you might expect. You've got the 3 favourites, you have to say. Now, probably the 4 favourites on the left-hand side. The 2 English clubs, Chelsea and Man City, and the 2 Spanish clubs, Real Madrid and Valencia. And on the right-hand side, probably the least favourite teams, Hertha, ourselves, Roma, and then the other English team left, Wolves. So, who would I like to draw? I'd like to avoid the first 3. Can't see it, but of course, not seeded this, so could be anyone. First out, Hertha, and they play against Man City. So we've avoided one of them. Next out is Roma, and they've got Valencia. Unless we get Wolves, we're going to get one of the biggies. PSV are out at home against Chelsea. That isn't as bad as Madrid, I think. Poor old Wolves facing Barcelona and then Real Madrid. Let's see who we get in the semi-final as well. Those both draws happening today. So we're first out, and we're going to play against Hertha or Man City, Roma and Real Madrid against Wolves. So at this stage, probably say, yeah, it's got to be one of the 3 that win the competition. Ajax rearranged again. That's amazing, that. But let's have a look at the schedule. So it fits in quite nicely, to be honest, for probably to play Champions League exclusively in the next episode, on Tuesday's episode, that quarter-final against Chelsea. Again, I can't see us winning that one, but then I couldn't see us beating Arsenal. Suppose, you never know. We also start with the home leg, which helps set a little bit. So we'll have the 2 Chelsea matches in the next episode. And then, again, I can't see us getting through that. So after that would be the game against Ajax and Utrecht. And possibly in that episode, we might just win the league. But if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Comment your thoughts as well. And subscribe for regular Football Manager 2021 content. Thank you very much for your company today. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.